RCMP, or Mounties. And their red uniform and everything, which, by the way, they don't wear when they're on duty. They do have bulletproof vests and everything. That's just their ceremonial dress. So yeah. Living in igloos. I think most people know we don't live in igloos. Now, however, some of the Inuit or Eskimos up north, not very many, mind you, but some of them do. There's many very, very remote parts of Canada, and the Rockies being one of them. There's many mountains that, there's many areas where man has never set foot before still, so, one stereotype that bothers me is our military. A lot of people, and this is the only stereotype that bothers me, some people think that our military is crap, and that we don't really have one, we just rely on the United States, which is not true at all. The United States is our best ally, and we're the biggest trading partners in the world. But we don't need to rely on their military, necessarily. Canada has actually had a major role in every war, except for the Vietnam War and Iraq War, throughout world history. We have, I think it's 160 troops have been killed in Afghanistan since 2002. We have, you can Google it, you can Google Canadian military achievements, and it comes up with a pretty big list of them. Probably the most famous one is at Vimy Ridge in World War I. I don't know, one of my relatives, I think is my great-great-uncle or something like that. My dad was telling me a story of how he fought at Vimy Ridge, and the Canadians took it when the French tried and couldn't take it. The British tried and couldn't take it, but the Canadians were able to take it. And my dad told me a story about how he remembers his great-great-uncle when he was a little kid, and he remembers just how pale he was and how quiet he was. He was so scarred from the war that he just became very quiet and pale. And there's a lot of stories I actually have. My family has a pretty rich military history. Canada will follow, especially if Great Britain goes into a war, or the United States, because those are our two greatest allies. And we have 6 fighter jets currently in Libya, too, and a couple of warships, actually. And I just heard, I think it was 2 days ago, that a Canadian warship was fired upon by Libyan his 30